Hello, good evening, ladies and gents. And we have double trouble today. I have my buddy here. This is Natalie, and she has come all the way over from California. So I'll let Natalie introduce herself just quickly.
I'm from San Diego. I have 4 children. They are all married, and some have kids. And I'm married to John, and I've been a demonstrator since 1997.
So a long while.
A long while.
Yes. And you've got a celebration you had a few years ago. Your
$1 Million Achiever, yes.
So
my stamp set that is actually retiring after 2 years in the annual catalog is Courage and Faith. And it looks like,
you've got one
just
with you.
happen to have it here. It looks like this. So there you go.
So when they get to demonstrators get to $1 million sales points achieved, then they get to work with the design team, Stampin' Up design team, and they get to help design a stamp set that they like. So that's Natalie's one that she worked with together. So today we're going to be showing you a different bit of a technique. Some of you might have seen me do, you know I love my watercolouring. Well, Natalie's going to show you a quick little water wash, glimmer wash technique. So she's going to come in under the camera. I'll shuffle along, that's all right, we can share one screen. So I'm going to just move you down and over onto the camera, just a sec. So you're down here now, so while that's in there, I'm just going to get this up in the corner.
So we're using the retired Stamparatus, but I still use mine at home as well. I find that my ladies that shake a little bit, that are older, that they're able to get really great impressions with it. So this will make it great for us to be able to use it like a large block, right? So this is the new Secret C. And we want it kind of offset, not like directly. We always like our images to go a little bit off the edge when they're this large. And so I have this, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a wink of Stella, and I'm gonna bleed these lines immediately after stamping, because otherwise it dries and it won't bleed as well. So the wonderful thing about watercoloring with Wink of Stella is you get a 2-for-1. You get a shimmer and you get a wash. So I called it a glimmer wash, but it can be whatever you want to call it. A sparkle shower or a sparkle bath or whatever you'd like it to be. But what it does is it takes it to the first tone. And you don't have to be exact with this. That's what's beautiful about it. And I'm sure that you won't really get, I have to kind of hurry because I don't want this ink to dry.
I always tell the customers that I don't ever throw away my Wink of Stellas. I have quite a supply of them. And it's because you can put some water in there and shake up and put the cap back on, shake it up, and all the mica that's around the inside of that barrel will just come back down, and that'll loosen that glitter, and it will gradually get diluted more and more, but it will still be sparkly. So that's a good tip. But Natalie, tell them about what you're saying about...
Well, years ago, we used to take the blender pen. Do you have a blender pen with you?
I can find one.
Okay, find a blender pen and I'll show you what I'm talking about. If you look it up on YouTube or even just Google it, there is something called a blender pen solution recipe, and it has glycerin and hydrogen peroxide or whatnot. But if you look here, I'm going to bring it a little closer, you can pull this tip out. And then what you do is you put the liquid drops into that hole. She's doing the techno stuff.
I'm trying to just get that a little bit zoomed in a little bit for you.
Okay. Perfect.
There we go.
So there's this is the actual felt that makes the tip, and you put those drops in there and then put this back in here, and then you have a blender pen refill. Not that we don't want to sell you more blender pens, but if you were to do just water in the Wink of Stella, if you use the water alone, it will warp your paper. So the blender pen solution has a bit of glycerin, so it lays on top of the paper without warping it.
But then that one doesn't get the glimmer with it, does it?
No, this is just a blender pen where you can transfer free ink, or you can take your pad and you can press it this way to watercolor with. So you can also use it with your watercolor pencils. This is just a tool that I use all the time. But in this instance, we're using the Wink of Stella, and we're bleeding it so that you can see you have a shimmer and a wash together.
I can see it here. It might be hard to see on the camera. It's not always that clear on there, is it?
So this is the card that I made. I pre-ordered one of the new bundles, the suites in the new annual catalog that starts on August 6th. And this is one that I fell in love with. And actually, the 6x6 DSP reminds me of scenes of an English countryside. It's beautiful motifs, or beautiful Baroque, or beautiful something.
Let me just see. I'm not sure if that's one.
Anyway, what I've done is I've done this Wink of Stella. Yes. She's bringing the 6x6 to show you. And this is also in the same super suite. And I use the stitched dies for the circle, but this is the textured notes. It's in your online exclusives right now. It may be back ordered depending on which country or which market you're in.
I do have it here somewhere.
Also in this suite comes a damask folder that gives you a damask motif. I think one of them is called Beautiful Motifs and the other one is called Gallery something. But the paper is called Beautiful Gallery, so that answers our question. But you can see all of these, like, look at that. Doesn't that look like an English countryside? But I'm going to flip through and show you. So you have patterns on the back as well as these amazing images that are all so different. Like, this would be a beautiful Christmas card, right?
I think I flicked through these the other day.
Well, you get
seconds. Second viewing. Natalie doesn't know what I've done, but I think I've said that.
But here's your cloud cover and your secret sea together. So those are the colors that we used here.
So just show that with the two cardstocks.
There you go.
So those two in there.
Yeah, so lovely. So remember, like, this is right down by the ocean. So gorgeous. And I love that they threw a wood in there.
Yeah, nice.
So great. So yes, that is my little special technique that I love to do ever so often. It's really great for monochromatic cards and just adding a frame of color and a few embellishments and a sentiment. You've got a great card.
So we're just going to pop those in the bag out of the way. So I've got a card here. So the piece Natalie's just coloured in there for you. So we can just quickly rustle this one up. We've got that piece of cloud cover. I'll just shuffle over again now. This is lovely having double whammy here, look. So there's my base card. So I'm just going to cut a layer really thin. So I'm going to take it down just a couple of about 3 mils. So I'm going to go down to 14.5 on this one. And I'd normally do this one 10.5, so 10.2. Just take off those 3 mils. It's a small little layer. Those out of the way. And then we'll pop that on there. So you can only just see the edge. Just a tiny little edge. And then this one we want to take it down, kind of same dimensions really. So we'll take it another 3. So 14.5, 14.2. I'll take, in fact that is about, where are we? 14.5, 14.2, 1, 2. I have got my glasses on my head, but I just haven't got them down yet. That is actually that measurement, that's really good. And then this one will come down. Oh, we might want to take that down to 9.9, so that's 6 mils on. There we go, that tiny little bit there, and just see how that's going to look. Will that fit inside there? Oh, we have got very, very small borders.
Just trim the white.
I'm going to trim the white, yeah, a little bit more, just on the other edges. This one here, we'll take a tiniest little bit off there. I haven't got the little trimmer on the table, but if the little mini guillotine, these little tiny pieces, if you cut it too small sometimes, it will just catch in that blade. So just be careful of that. I'm just making it that last little bit over there like so. The other thing you can do, if you think it's going to catch and drag, you can start in the middle with the blade and go up, make a hole there instead of dragging it in from the edge. So another little tip. And just see if we can just get that one onto there. So we've just got that little border going around there. I haven't commented on we're joining us at the moment. We've got Marilyn on there. We've got Anne. Hello, ladies.
Yay.
And we've got Sandra. And we've got Lynn. And Lynn says, hi, Sandra and Natalie. So
Hello.
those of you who have booked in for Friday, we have an event at the Grain, just up the road from me here. It's beautiful food there, and we've got their function room, and we're doing a craft event, and there's going to be 24 of us there. There's 20 customers, and there are 4 of us demos. So it's myself and Natalie, and then we will have Jackie with us. A lot of you know Jackie, and then Helen from one of my team as well. She comes from Kingston. We're going to have an absolute blast. It's going to be really good. And if any of you are the disc way, so Sandra on there, you're disc direction, aren't you? We've got, we've tentatively got the disc golf course, a disc golf club again for the 6th of June. So if any of you are watching or watching it on replay and you'd like to come along, then do get in touch with Jackie or myself on that one. And we look forward to another, that's going to be a crafternoon tea, just like they did for us before Christmas. That was really nice. I'm working on a dark matte here, and with a dark coloured card. That's not the best way, is it? So let's see if I've got a piece of plain paper here. Got a bit of ink on the corner, but that might be easier to
We
see.
just cover that.
Yeah, we just
So what I
cover
say
it with my hand.
is when there's a mistake, it's just a creative opportunity.
It's a happy accident. It's just bled through from something I stamped on the corner there. Look, that's all it is. So there's my hands over there. That's absolutely fine. We're not quite straight on there. I think we're a bit skew-if because I couldn't see the dark and against the black. But there we are. That's our little card. So we've got that one ready. Natalie has obviously done those die cuts, and she's a gorgeous card there. My rectangles are here somewhere, but I can't find them quickly.
You know that beautiful motif that I was talking about? It also has this leaf. It's a fern. And then these are the new in colors.
Just gone a bit slow on as the camera. There you go. Caught
It's
up
okay.
now. There you go.
So that is another card that I created.
And this has got all the 5 in colours in. We're featuring this Friday, we're featuring all the in colours, all working with those. So we've got all the 5 of them there, which are the new 5 that are coming in on the 6th of May for the next 2 years. Okay.
And
Then we have the dots, look.
it's not new, but there's the dots that match those colors.
So they will be coming. They're not available yet, but they
May
are
6th.
there. May 6th, yeah.
Unless they want to be a demonstrator.
Yes.
Then they could get it all now.
If you're impatient and you can't wait till then, signing up as a demonstrator, there's always a fantastic offer on there, so you can get your hands on. So with this one, I was just grabbing the stamp set that I've put out of the way. So Layers of Beauty. So this has got, which one should we have on there?
Do you have a salvage strip? Because this fits on the salvage strip.
Salvage strip. What do
The
you mean?
strips when you trim your white.
Oh, I've got loads of that. My ladies know that I have my scrap box. Let me get me scrap box.
And the beautiful part is you use this and there it goes.
It just jumped off the shelf at me. My scraps, you know, I keep my scraps in here, guys, don't
So
you?
great.
So it's, yeah,
So this works on those.
lovely. Thank you, my dear.
You're welcome.
And I just need a long block. We didn't have a long block on there, did we? No.
But can we do this sideways?
We can do that sideways. Yeah, corner to corner.
There you go.
That works lovely. Now, the...
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely. So Natalie arrived yesterday. She's doing really well with jet lag, isn't she?
Oh,
She's nice
yeah.
and bubbly. We have had, those of you who know myself and know Natalie, we've had a fab day today. We've squashed in loads. We have an action-packed 10 days. We are doing so much, and I will post photos of today before I go to bed, and I'm going to try and post every day. So you will see all our antics. But today's been Cambridge. And we've been in to view the venue for
We
Friday.
did punting.
We did punting. Oh, and we had, go on, say the adventures we had.
And here's this card with the embellishments. Do you see?
They are gorgeous. Those embellishments are fab. And we're using those on Friday. Well, certainly on my project. I'm sure the others
So
are as
I'm
well.
going to show them a picture of us. that Sandra took. So incredibly cute she is.
Our punting wasn't.
Here's our punting.
Mind your hand on the ink. Can you see that on there? I'll post a photo. I will post a photo. So that's our. I don't know what he called himself. What is a punt?
A punter?
I don't know.
Like in American football?
There's an official name for them, I'm sure. But anyway, the guy who was doing the punting for us, and we had an unusual one. Nobody fell in, but he did
lose his pole. He stuck it in, and then it didn't come out. And he said, I've fallen in the water a few times.
We drifted apart. We drifted away, and the pole was behind us. So he said, "Well, that's it." He said, "I might as well sit down. We can't do anything. I hope nobody's catching a plane." And it was quite light-hearted and lovely.
Loved it.
And we had a fellow punt come along and retrieve said pole, and it was put it into the water, so it's floating. And he said, "It's floating down towards you." Hilarious. But yeah, we just sat there, and yeah, it was good fun. Lovely day. The skies have been beautifully blue. It's just been lovely. Good to catch up.
Very good.
And it'll be the longest time that Natalie and I have ever spent together, won't it?
She'll be sick of me.
No, I will never be sick of Natalie. She's lovely. And then I will be returning to Natalie's in November.
The 1st of November.
When we go to, you've got to get the flights booked, whatever dates we can work out. We have the leadership
Every other year it's live.
Yeah. And so this is that one on there, but I'm going to take a piece of sponge.
It'll be in Vegas.
Yes, we've been to Vegas before, and this is the second time there, so we know the hotel we're going to. And
but she's never been to San Diego.
Never been to San Diego, so it's going to be good. Now, you remember I say, when you're using a piece of sponge, I'm just going to take the fluff the edges around here with the ink. Now, I always do it away from the project, because if you splatter, it wouldn't matter actually on this, would it? If you've got little splatters of navy ink on there. So I'm just going to take that gently along those edges. Who else have we got on here? We've got, hi Zena, looking forward to Friday. Excellent. And it'll be lovely fun. And there's always an open invite if you ever want to come over from New Zealand and you want to come and stay. We do have beds available. I do retreats here.
Jackie Williams?
No, this is Anne Garthwaite. She's in New Zealand.
Lovely.
Marilyn felt tired just hearing about what we're doing in the next few days. We will have great fun, my dear. So yes, we have on the cards. We will be in Ireland for 3 days solid. We've got 2 overnight ferries, one out and one back. That's Saturday we go out, Saturday night ferry, and then we come back on Tuesday night ferry, don't we?
Wednesday.
We land back here Wednesday morning. And then we visit our UK manager. We're passing past her doorway. So she said, when you get off the ferry at 6:30, by the time you get to me, there's Toby. So we're going to go see her for breakfast and then mosey on back. But yeah, I'm catching up with a friend I haven't seen for years over in Ireland, and some demos on the way up and on the way back. So we've got so much fun. And then a day in London and a show.
Mrs.
Doubtfire, the musical, and I love that film. So we're keeping this quite plain actually. This needs some extra.
It needs rhinestones.
It needs rhinestones, but I'm going to put this on some dimensionals.
Yes.
So this is always nice doing demonstrations with other people.
You can also, when we get the ribbon, you could put it over the ribbon.
We haven't got the ribbon at the moment, so we can't do that.
We couldn't pre-order that.
I don't know where my tweezers are hiding out.
What are you looking for?
My tweezers. You can't see them.
Here, use my tweezers.
Oh, they're the reverse ones. Look. Yeah,
You don't like reverse ones?
No.
I love them so much.
The only ones I like. I can't do reverse. I'm trying to grip when I'm
Sorry.
Let go when I'm trying to pick up.
Tool?
That'll do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see how mad this is, and you can see how mad it's going to be for 10 days.
Keep you on your toes.
Oh yeah. And I'm driving, so I'm taking the car over. So we're going to have we'll have, we can just get off the ferry and just drive. So while we're away, we can put in some craft stuff as well. So we might get crafting somewhere. We will join you on Sunday night on location somewhere, wherever we're up to, wherever we might be.
The pub.
We might be in an Irish pub, yes.
At the top, very top of Ireland.
Well, that's lunchtime, but we could pop in more than once, couldn't we? I'm going to place that here. I like to fill that little gap because it seems to me
Yes.
like there's a little bit of a gap in there.
Perfect.
And this one I'm going to do in the centre. I don't always do centre, but I do like tweezers to do this. Look, I'll borrow these ones. I'll try and do the reverse. All of you here,
Look at that. Look at it. It works perfect.
it does work for this, but not for picking things up like I do my dimensionals.
No, I only use it for placement.
There you go. That
I
looks
use the
straight to me.
take your pick tool for all of the
There we go. That
dimensions.
looks straight to me.
Look at that.
So,
Where's those rhinestones?
my rhinestones are in my kits for the weekend. They're here somewhere. If I just move that one around. Excuse my arm. They're in there. Yeah, there we go. Hold on. We've got them. So these are lovely. I did
Use the cloud cover one.
Yeah, I did use a few of these. Now, when Natalie was inking this, I'm going to use those, just get them out of the way of the camera. Natalie was using these. Did you notice how near the colour ink is to the cloud cover? This is my cloud cover, the new shade. So when Natalie's colouring this, I'm going to hold it up to the camera. Can you see when that's been bled and that ink has diluted, it's coming very similar to the actual cloud cover. It's hard
to see, yeah.
But it's hard to see on the camera there. Look, you can see. You can't really see that because it's nice. It's bled out. Maybe up here.
Maybe a little easier with this one.
Maybe, yeah, that one's coloured in differently. It's got different size. Can you
Because the
see
lines
that?
are closer together, yeah.
Yeah. Can you see how that is on there? Oh, sounds great. Yeah, and just book your flights. Tell me when you're coming. Make sure I'm here first. So yeah, I've got hi, Sandra. We were talking about you today. I was talking with Natalie about you. This is Sandra. So yeah, the scrapbook retreats. I must get another one sorted. Anyway, there's your card. That's showing you comparison. And I think yes, we're going to use these ones on here. The cloud cover. So these are the 5 new in colours that Natalie showed you. I'm going to use the cloud cover to bring some lighter ones in. And again, no tweezers. We rely on our tools, don't we?
Yeah.
My regulars know that I use my tweezers for everything. There we go, and another one there. So yeah, we'll try and go post every day while Natalie's here. So she goes, you fly back on Friday,
On
next
the
Friday,
18th,
on
yeah.
Good Friday. So she's here for a good while. There we go, that's your take your pick tool. So there we go, we've got some glimmer dots on there. And we must put a liner in there, mustn't we? Just grab another piece of white. We've got the stamparatus somewhere over there, haven't we? So we can just cut a layer to put inside there. Okay, and we'll just put a little piece of that stamp in the corner. So put that to one side. So I'm going to come on here, I'm going to do, my go-to now is 13.8, so a centimetre smaller. So this is 10.5, so I'll go 9.5, just for that liner piece. That one over there, out of the way. Stamparatus comes back in. Let's get a piece of this. And if we line up which piece of this we want to have on what corner, while the plate's down, it's easier to work it out. So I don't want to really move it off the plate. So I'm going to just have a little piece coming along that bottom there, I think. So we'll move the magnet off here. Get that end to the corner. And have that there. When you've get the magnets away from each other, otherwise they will jump together very quickly.
And snap.
Yep. So I think that would be quite nice. I would like to get to go across the corner. So like Natalie did, had the card at an angle, it's going to come across there, which will just fill in that corner. So hold it there and anchor that. Oops, anchor that down with the magnets. Maybe there. Is that going to come across there? Move that one. Yeah, that's going to do nicely. So we'll do the same again. Oh, got a little dimension. Now, what is it we say about the dimensionals? They get everywhere. That was on a stamp.
Can I tell you an idea?
Go on.
Someone gave me a gift. How do your prescriptions come in the UK?
In a paper bag.
You don't get a bottle?
No.
Are they in like tin foil?
Capsules, you pop them out of the capsule.
So you don't get anything in a prescription bottle?
No.
Well, in the U.S., we get prescription bottles, and I decorate them, and I call them dimensional trash cans. They're this tall. They're about yay tall. I'm not under there. Yay tall, and then about this big around.
We have some people get them in capsule in the caddies, like you've seen my pill cab. What's that? For the Winker-Stella. She's got me lined up. Look, Winker-Stella's coming on board.
Right there.
There we go. Look, we've done that little bit. Now, I must say, when you first see this colour, you will think that was black. If you didn't know better, you'd think it's black. It's not. So I'm now going to do a piece of this one. Look, Winker-Stella. I will get my glasses. No, where are my glasses gone? Here.
Blind.
Took them off my head, didn't I? I had this conversation with someone about close-up and varifocals and whatever. But yeah, I wear my contact lenses because I prefer them over glasses. And but then for close-up work, I do have to just come in here like this. So I'm just bleeding that out a little bit. Now, it's interesting to say, Natalie said about when the do it while it's still wet. I've actually done watercolouring like this, and it's amazing how you can actually wake up those colours with the water. You can wake those up quite a little bit later, like days later, weeks later. So when I've taken things on holiday, I'm just going to squeeze that out on a piece of kitchen roll. The water will actually waken that up off the paper. But what Natalie was saying about being careful about your paper warping, because if you put too much water, you've got to keep moving it. Just squeeze that over, picking up that ink, and it just moves it around. Keep within the lines. Obviously, you want to bleed that inwards, not just make a mess. And just scribble all over it. There. This one, that one. Just those leaves just in there. There we go. A little bit of leaf coming down here. Another bit of leaf there. How do I do that, Natalie? Is that all right?
Got the leaves up on top?
Yeah, I think. No, do I do that one?
Yep.
I'm not sure. I think so.
Perfect.
There you go. A bit more now. A bit more on that one.
Good.
There we go. Can't beat a good old bit of wink, look. And there we go. And that's my little layer done for the liner. So bring the card back. Glasses up top. And then that can go in there like so. And I can see the sparkle on here. It is, I know I've done this before and it's difficult to see the sparkle, but believe me, it's got a little bit of bling on it. And there we go. So, tomorrow's adventure is Norwich. We're heading towards Norwich. I want Natalie to be able to visit the cathedral. She likes the cathedral.
And the reason I like seeing cathedrals or old churches is because of the religious art inside. Mm-hmm. Because people do their best efforts because they're doing it for Christ.
Oh, there we go.
Right.
So there we are on there. I was thinking we're not going to do more comments on there. We've got some likes on there as well. So there's the finished card, and we have a liner in there that matches as well. I often forget to do the liners. And
a little ribbon would make that great, but we have to wait until May 6th to get it.
To get it ordered on the 6th. So, but we can go around our cards or projects and then brighten them up with a little bit more bling. Okay, so that's us finished for today. Let's just get you back onto camera with us. Take that one off and bring that one over. There we go. There's the two amigos. There we go.
So good to be with you tonight.
Yeah, it's been really good. You will see us on camera again. Like I say, Sunday we'll do live on. And Wednesday next Wednesday we'll be here as well. Yeah. Hi Jean, nice to see you. I know you've come at the end there, but you can go back and see it on a replay as you wish. All right. So thanks very much for that. Where are we? 9:30. That's a pretty good time.
Good time.
Good time. And we'll of course post some pictures, as I said. So watch out for our antics. Debbie, Ryan. So great to see you both.
I love Debbie. Bye.
Oh, bless. Okay, so we'll say cheerio. You will be seeing us again over the next few days. Okay. So bye for now.